What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more hardcore, and we're going to listen to another early hardcore track, though I think technically this is an early hardcore remix of a classic Gabber tune. That is to say, we're going to listen to Predator, or Da Predator as he was known for many years, his release Wild Stylz on his own Guillotine label 2023, but 3 of the 4 tracks here come from a release he did on Omar Santana's H2OH label, Omar Santana being an American hardcore producer and DJ. But yes, back in I think 1998, 3 of these tunes came out, including Wild Stylz. But I believe the Painbringer remix is from the time when this release came out, which is 2023. So do correct me if I'm wrong with that, but yes, we're going to listen to a great Painbringer remix of a classic Predator tune. To be fair, I love the Predator original as well, but when I grabbed this record a moment ago, for whatever reason, I decided I wanted to listen and react to the Painbringer remix. So yeah, it has everything you would expect in an early hardcore track, or indeed an old school Gabber tune. Fast, dynamic synth work, compelling acid work, that heavy kick drum, distorted bass line combo. So it's everything a hardcore / Gabber lover would want. Let's give it a listen. This is Predator Wild Stylz, the Painbringer remix, which is from, or heard here, as part of the 2023 release on Predator's Guillotine label. And I'm going to make sure I have this correct. Make sure we're reacting to the correct version. Yes, here we go.
This should be played at high volume, preferably in a residential area. High volume, preferably in a residential area.
You're losing your touch. You've got some. I challenge you. I can beat you. Losing your touch. You've got some. I challenge you. I can beat you.
played at high volume, preferably in a residential area.
You're losing your touch. You got some. I challenge you. I can beat you.
Epic. In the moment, I'm forgetting what that sample is from, which definitely goes back to the 90s, which, of course, again, this is a remix of a 90s track. But yeah, that sample that this should be played at high volume, preferably in a residential area. There's an acid techno track on Stay It Forever that samples it. I'm trying to remember if it's Silver Surfer, Ad Astra. But yes, it's a classic sample that, of course, lends itself perfectly to like wicked acid techno or hardcore music. The other sample, I'm not certain, but it definitely sounds like a, you know, old school martial arts, like kung fu type movie, something that Wu-Tang certainly would have sampled back in the day. But yeah, it all fits well, and I love the, you know, like sword slashing sounds, and it just feels very wild indeed. So yeah, I think it's a great remix of an already great track. I do love the acid work. It's, you know, limited. It's not pervasive throughout the entire track, but when it comes in, it has a very like electric and dynamic sound. Of course, I love those rapid fire, chopped up, hardcore synth riffs, and again, the bass line, big and distorted, the kick drum just pounding away the whole time. It is perfectly indicative of why I love early hardcore and classic Gabber, of which this is technically both. So big shout out to Predator, not only for his work going back again to the early to mid 90s, but for putting out hardcore right into the present on vinyl. And I love what he's done with Guillotine, which is, you know, taking some of these classic tracks where like the original records are either unavailable or, you know, you can only get like a used copy for insanely elevated prices, putting them out on his own label in the present, and often including a modern remix, or in some cases multiple modern remixes. So I think that's fantastic. Shout out to Painbringer for producing a great remix. Let me know what you think of this one, and I will see you next time. Peace.